We're rolling. What is with this lighting? So, oh my god, you guys. What a week. What a day. I'm drinking my coffee. So, this is my second coffee because the first coffee I brought it home and I dropped it. So, I had to go straight back and buy more. Or not buy more. They're so kind enough to just remake it for me for free because I told them I dropped it and they're like, no, we got you. They're so nice to me over there. But oh my gosh, you guys. So I just got back from brunch. And I have a list of things I want to talk about today. And I listed them out because I feel like the last time I wrote it down, the video went a lot more smoothly. And okay, I know how I'm going to do this video. All right. So I went to brunch and I was also debating on going to this outlet because I went to this outlet on Valentine's Day and it's like 30 minutes away from me. And I saw this super cute zip up jacket at Levi's. And there's no Levi outlets near me. The closest one is literally half an hour away. And I was debating on whether or not I should just go and get it today, but I decided not to because I just want to be home and I just want to lay down and talk to you guys. Not lay down, but I just want to sit here. And it was really cute. It was like a gray zip up, but the inside was like white and it was like a waffle knit. And then the collar flared out. I don't know how to describe it. So here's the hood. Instead of it just being straight hood, it had a shape to it. So it looked like a collar when the hood was down. It was so cute. And the gray was perfect. The material was yummy. And I was like, maybe I should go get it, but I decided not to because I was just like I said, I just don't feel like getting gas. I don't feel like going. I don't feel like spending all that extra money. And yeah, and brunch is all I did. I went to this one IHOP that's right down my street, but it was so packed and it was only getting more and more packed. The parking lot was full. So I was like, girl, no. And I went to In-N-Out and I left there too because it was just as packed. And I was like, listen, you guys, ever since coming to California, I've literally had In-N-Out maybe 3 times. I don't understand why people are willing to wait in that gigantic line for a burger. I don't care how good that food is. I'm not waiting in that line. I mean, I wait in some pretty horrendous lines for Dutch Bros, but that's not what floats my boat, No hate though, I guess. But anyways, so I went to brunch alone because it's I didn't think any of my friends could go. And that's kind of what I want. That's how I was going to kind of segue into this whole thing. I want to mention yesterday was a really good day, a really, really good day. And I also wanted to tell you guys about an idea that I have for my Etsy shop. There's a lot that I want to talk about. This video is probably going to be really long. I always say that, but it ends up being the same length. I don't know. But I feel like lately I've been kind of lonely, or I've been feeling very alone. And, I like being alone. I feel like I do best when I'm by myself. I feel like I don't have a problem with being, well, not like that, but I'm good at being alone. I know how to enjoy my own company. I know how to be independent. But there's just times where I feel like I'm alone because it's all I know. And not in an edgy, way, but more so in a way that's I feel like my whole life I've just been alone because, my family, they were always working or they were just doing something else. And because of that, I learned to be by myself, and I learned to get comfortable with being by myself. But there's just times where I'm I feel like I would be happier if there was people around me, or if there are times where I feel like I would really, really wish that there was just people that wanted to be around me all the time, and it's I don't know, it really frustrates me because I feel like I don't really get invited to things. Sometimes I do, so I feel like I don't. I just feel like I'm never thought about, and when people tell me things, it feels weird to think that I am perceived and that people think about me even when I'm not in their immediate presence. But yesterday, I was gonna go over to my friend's house and she went to a party, and she like I just rain checked because it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, girl, like I have bedtime. Like I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule before I start working at the post office, or I'm like trying to, like develop like a more flexible schedule, because obviously like going to bed at 3 a.m. and waking up at at noon is not going to work out. Because I start orientation this week. I'll get into that too. Let me write all this down, dude. And then what else was I gonna talk about? See, this is why I write things down for these videos. I completely forget. Oh, Etsy. Let me write that down too, so I don't forget. But yeah, I didn't really mind that she was running so late because she was at a party, and like I could tell she was having fun because she was taking so long. And I don't like to think that she was at the party, like low-key trying to hurry because of me or something like that. So I just decided to let it go, And, like I said, it's not like I'm mad at her about it or anything, but it's just like that reoccurring theme in my life where I feel like it's just bad timing all the time. And I don't know, I'm getting kind of sick of it. And I feel like that's why I like crave like a relationship so bad, because I feel like in my mind, my expectation is that like I will be somebody's first pick, or there will be somebody like, because like for me, like I will never not date my best friend. Like my lover will also have to be my best friend. That's like point blank period, like I can't do that traditional stuff. Like, no, they have to be my best friend. My glasses keep slipping down. I'm sure you guys can notice, but yeah, I don't like being alone, and I want to connect with people, but it feels so difficult, especially in California, because everyone here is so like opportunist. So it's like you can't really like find people. Like it's hard. Like you have to like kind of discern, because people like around here like that. And it's like I'm not from here, And so like when I meet people here, it's like silly because I know everything about them, or like I know their background because this is their hometown, this is where they're from. But then when it comes to me, like they don't know anything about me because I'm not from California. I've only been here like 2-3 years. But it's kind of tragic because I felt this way even when I was in Kentucky. Like I just felt so out of place. I feel like I didn't belong there. I feel like the only reason I felt like I belonged is just because I was born there. But, it's really frustrating to constantly feel so out of place. And it's like, I want to belong and I want to be included, but at the same time, I just don't want to be boxed in. Like, I wish connections, or like, I wish I could, like, just be around people and be included, like, with enrichment, Why can't we exchange ideas and, like, benefit off of our differences, as opposed to trying to like find so much middle ground? Like, yes, like of course we're gonna relate, like if I'm talking to a person that's in Gen Z, like there's going to be things we relate, it's just tea. But also I just feel like sometimes people exclusively want to focus on the similarities, and I feel like the differences is what really makes a relationship, honestly. I don't know. And that's just like an annoying thought that I've been having, because the guy that I've been liking recently, I feel like I've really been suffering from like limerence with him, like obsessing and stuff like that. And I was like, this isn't healthy. Like I need to let this go, like, because in my head, if I'm getting what I need from a connection, or if I'm getting what I need from somebody, there's no need for me to obsess like that. Like I was really obsessing too. I didn't really tell you guys about it, but that's because after I filmed the last video, like I was like out here, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And I just like really struggled with it, and it's very frustrating. But at the same time, I'm glad too, because I feel like I'm learning a lot about limerence, and I'm kind of learning about how I can be limerent or something. And because I feel like it is something that has really hindered me from truly being able to connect with people. And I find a lot of solace in knowing that we're just friends, you know? So it's like I don't have to like put labels, or I don't have to like freak out about anything because we're literally just friends. Thank goodness I haven't admitted my feelings to him. But, you know, I don't really know how I feel about the situation. And, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, I do hope. I kind of want to put more bracelets on, you guys. I do hope and I do want something to happen, but at the same time, I'm just like I don't want to force anything, or I don't want, but that doesn't mean I don't want anything to work out, you know? Like I want things to work out, but at the same time, I just feel tired of, you know, like feeling like I have to like make something happen when like it should just happen on its own, you know? And I don't know, it's just really been irritating me and causing me stress and just taking a toll, especially like on Valentine's Day, because I felt so sad on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was such a terrible day. I don't even want to talk about it just because like I feel like I don't want to relive it. But it was so, so bad. It literally the worst day of my life, you guys. And I tried to make it a good day. Don't That's not what this is. I tried to make it a good day, and every single attempt was denied by the universe. I will say though, I feel like it was kind of like a advent moment because I ended up cleaning my room, and it was like interesting how dirty my room actually was, because I feel like my room was so chaotic, and I felt like because I was chaotic, I wasn't seeing the chaos within it. And when I started cleaning it, I was like, oh my gosh, my room is filthy. There's things everywhere. Like my tarot shelf is a mess. There's dust everywhere. There's like little pieces of trash everywhere. And it was kind of hitting me. I was like, no wonder why I've been so like upset lately or not wanting to be in my room, is because my room was literally a disaster. But it was so like, I got used to the disaster that I couldn't see it. And I don't know. I even cleaned my bathroom too, so I was very happy about that. And it's like I try hard to maintain these areas, but like I feel like sometimes I like lose track. But I washed my bed sheets, you know, I washed my clothes and stuff like that, and I feel like it was a huge reset moment. So I feel like in that right, Valentine's Day was a huge success because I feel like it lit a fire under my ass to kind of like get my life together. And I started like fixing my sleep schedule because, you know, like I said, I start working at the post office soon. Literally like this coming week, not this coming week, but like next week, like the 26th and onwards. That's my official hire date. And I think I start orientation this week because read in the email that orientation would be the week of the 19th, which is this week. And I think it's like a series of a few days where they like, you know, train me, make me watch videos. It's like boring. And then the second day, I think like I actually drive like the mail truck and they like train you and stuff like that. And my friend, she lives down there. She lives like near Torrance, you know, like a reasonable distance. And she's so kind because I was like, hey girl, like, can I like stay down there like a few nights at a time while I'm working at the post office until I move down there for good? And she was like, yes, absolutely, you know. And I was like, you know, like I want to help her, you know, like, and there's like things I want to do and stuff like that. Basically, like I'm gonna just be staying with her for a few nights at a time. And I'm like really grateful, honestly, for obvious reasons, but I don't know. I really appreciate her, and I really appreciate these circumstances working out for me like the way that they are, because I feel like things are like going my way in a way, at least when it comes to career. um Aside from that, I'm really excited to start working at the post office. I feel like the uniforms are really cute. I know that that's not like the only reason I want to start working at the post office, but you know, when I worked at McDonald's, like you couldn't really like express yourself as much, you know, like you couldn't wear any jewelry. And the post office is like, obviously you still have uniforms, but at least it's like a flattering blue, you know, like, and like you can wear like little earrings. I probably wouldn't wear these, probably wear like smaller ones, but you know, like this necklace, like I could probably wear, you know, I could maybe wear a bracelet. I feel like I read a few posts on it and they're like, it kind of depends on which place you work. But they were like, yeah, like usually you can wear just like a little bit, but it's like an at your own risk kind of thing. Cause if it gets caught or if it hurts you or like, you know, it's like up to you. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I probably would wear like minimal. I ordered some more jewelry. I'll show you guys because it's still like shipping and stuff like that. But until it ships to me, this necklace is probably gonna be my favorite. You guys know I get my jewelry from HRH. I don't know, I like her jewelry a lot. So this is the Rue Pavé. So I'll probably wear this a lot when I start working at the post office, as if I don't already wear it a lot. It's literally so cute. One of my favorites, if not my most favorite. But you know, I'm really excited about that, and I feel like it's just kind of like one of those things where I'm like looking at the upside, because I feel like a lot of jobs like retail and like food service especially, you can't really wear like jewelry and stuff like that, and I love jewelry. I don't care about wearing a uniform. In fact, I feel like I kind of appreciate that, because I feel like coming up with an outfit every single day for work would be so stressful. But I'm excited because like I also feel like the uniforms, like they have like different shirts and stuff like that, and like I think they, or not, I think, like I told you guys once, I think like, you know, they're giving me an allowance to buy my uniform. Yeah. Which reminds me, I need to get a pair of slip resistant shoes like tomorrow. And I don't know, I feel really happy that I'm just talking to you guys now, because I feel like I was kind of like in a sour mood today because of like this whole thing with this guy and stuff like that, because it's like I don't know, you all, I'm okay with being alone, like I said, and but there's just times like this where I'm like, I really would prefer not being alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I try really hard not to get down about it, but like I do want to connect. I do want to relate to somebody. I do want somebody to like spend a lot of my time with, you know? And I want that for me, and I hope that it happens soon, because I just feel like there are like you can do a lot of work on yourself in terms of your love life, but there's just a certain point where like you really just need to be with someone in order to actually get more context and perspective on yourself, because I feel like you need another person to like show you those triggers and like, you know, like agitate you and like ruffle the feathers so that like you can see what exactly it is needs to come up to heal, you know what I'm saying? And I just hate how like it feels like it always comes back to me, because like a lot of like psychology content, and I deleted my social media too like the day of Valentine's Day, because I snapped, you guys. I snapped that day. I literally I changed my life in one night. But I hate on social media, and I've said this before, psychology and content creation are not meant to hold hands. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I think it's very stupid. If you hear background noises, it's because of my new neighbors. So sorry. But like, I feel like, you know, it's just very, you don't see advertisements about, or like you don't see content about, you know, Tylenol or like headache medication and stuff like that. Like you don't see any of that. So like, why do I see content about, you know, like what kind of attachment style you have? You know, like you don't see content very often about what kind of strain of cold you might have. I just think it's very strange, and I just feel like it's one of those things where like it's very predatory and it's very like capitalistic and very much in your face about things, you know? And like that's why I'm very careful about how I present my tarot content, because like I know that sometimes it can come off as very criticizing, or like, you know, tarot readings can be very criticizing and stuff like that. But like I feel like it's a little bit more different, because it's like, you know, like you don't have to take it if you don't want to. Whereas like psychology content is like I feel like it's like presented as like, oh, like a doctor said this, so you have to like, excuse me, you know what I mean? And that just really, I don't like that about it. It's very annoying, it's very tacky, and it very much makes people feel like they are imperfect, unworthy of love and whatnot. And yeah, there are times that I just like, I really do feel like I'm not good at loving or being loved, and it's just, it's sad to think that because that this was taught to me because of like the way society is now. And I just like, I don't like people, not that I don't like people, but like, okay guys, to put this into perspective, like I asked like maybe 3 people at the post office, like I forgot what it was called, like they like took our fingerprints and stuff. I asked 3 people for their Instagrams. Only 2 of them like actually followed me back, or no, only one of them actually followed me back. The other 2 like completely removed me. And like this is just like an example that I feel like shows like someone in person literally try to connect to you, and then y'all will really be out here being like, oh my gosh, like I'm so lonely. But then if someone approaches you in public and tries to be friends with you, like you take it like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you guys. I don't know where I'm going with that, but like it's just something that I've noticed. And that's one thing I don't like about my generation, is they like complain about stupid things and they don't really like a solution's handed to them and they don't really take it. But aside from that, okay, moving on. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I also want to talk to you guys about like manifestation. First of all, I think manifestation content is also kind of dumb, because like I don't really get it. I really don't, because I feel like a lot of manifestation content makes you do the wildest, most absurd, most like out of pocket things possible. Because I don't know, you guys, like for example, like a lot of manifestations for money, they'll be like, write it on a bay leaf, burn it, go outside, spin around 3 times, sprinkle some cinnamon, sneeze, and then say these affirmations 15 times and you will manifest money. And it's like, I understand, like I'm not saying this doesn't work. What I am saying is that it's not about the process, it's about your intentions. I feel like if you set intentions, I feel like if you think about something, and I feel like if you like, because I do believe that what you think is what you create. Like that makes so much sense, because I feel like that's why overthinkers are always right. You know, it's like, I feel like when you think about something and you set the intention for it, no matter what you do, like it will come true. And I just think it's very silly to like sell this to people, you know, be like, do this, that, and this. It's like, and also like, why cinnamon and Bailey's? How do you know like these products have like, you know, like significance? How do you know that these items have any sort of like, you know, significance, that they actually get something done? You know, like what is the origin behind it? You know, like for example, Palo Santo wood. I don't know how to say it, but I never use it because like I heard it's like a closed practice, and I just don't use it. But you know, it has a whole history. You know, people used to like, natives and like indigenous people would like burn it, and like they, you know, there's all this stuff that they would do, and it's like related to their culture, it's related to their history and their ancestors, and the way that they burn it is significant. And I just feel like I would want, if I were used cinnamon or like bay leaves like to burn or to like use for like a manifestation process, I want to know why this product has this significance. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise it just sounds like you're pulling stuff out of your ass. I'm sorry. For me, I literally write things on sticky notes, and that's how I set my intentions. That's how I manifest. I don't feel, or in subliminals. Subliminals are a huge help. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not, well, not dumb, but it doesn't really make sense to me how they kind of present it, because they make it sound like it's like this holy grail thing, when it's like, if you don't have the intentions, it don't matter how many times you burn bay leaves, like you ain't get nothing, you know? And another thing I wanted to talk about was like this whole like boycott thing with Starbucks and McDonald's, because so I was watching these videos, or not watching these videos, but I heard about how like there were some creators out there that were getting Starbucks, and like how they responded to people being like, oh, like pro-Palestine and stuff, and then they were like, the creators are basically like, oh, it's not my problem, you know, or like that's how it came off. Like I feel like that's how people took it, but what it really meant is like, I'm worried about myself, and this is just like, I don't know. My point is, when people do that, it kind of like, it disappoints me, it like saddens me, not because of like, not exclusively because they don't care, but more so that like this society has failed them, you know? Like, why why? Because not everyone is as naturally empathetic and humanitarian. So obviously there are some people where it takes literally nothing, like a drop of a hat, for them to care about, like international things, or like, very like serious issues around the globe. It takes nothing, like for me, I feel like it takes nothing for me to be concerned about what's going on. And I can't really do, like, I can't do much about it because my life is so chaotic already that I need to, like, the most that I can do is boycott Starbucks and McDonald's. Like, that is the most that I do. I feel like that is how I contribute and prove my point. But I never speak on other people, like I never tell other people about it because I feel like it truly is like a personal choice. And I feel like it's, listen, I think that this whole Palestine thing, all I know is people being not alive is not good. That is all. Other than that, I feel like there's so much more to it. And I feel like there is so many things that the media is covering up. And I just avoid it all because I just feel like ignorance is better than being fed misinformation. And that's besides the point. If someone doesn't care about the boycott, or if someone doesn't care, like, leave them alone. I've said this before, like, why would you force someone to care? That is so, like, that's like inviting someone to your party. They don't want to go to your party, and then you force them to go. So now you just have this person at your party that really doesn't want to be there. And it's like nothing was accomplished. Like, yeah, they're here, but they don't want to be here. They're not passionate about it. They don't like it. They don't care. So, like, why are they here? Like, they could be doing something else. And yes, it's very tragic, or it's very like annoying that they don't care, but that was taught to them, like they learned that and they picked that up from this society, and quite frankly, I feel like this society just allows people to like do that, and like, where have they seen this, like, because I feel like a lot of people like that are like very like they do like, because I feel like a lot of people are very performative on social media when it comes to like activism, and it's very like, it bothers me. I don't know, because they make it so that being included or caring about a cause is very like, it's a one-way thinking kind of thing, it's like either A, support, or you are completely in the wrong, you're a terrible person, and like that kind of black and white attitude eliminates so much conversation, and it eliminates so much gray area, that like people just don't care. Like, I'm sorry, like no one cares, like. And I just feel like, because once, if you tell someone like, hey, why are you getting Starbucks, we're boycotting them, for this, and they're like, oh, it's just not my thing, like I just don't care, and it's like, I feel like there's a conversation to be had there. I feel like there is something that could be discussed there, but because of the stubbornness of both sides, like, the conversation is not being had, and now these people are just causing extra conflict. Why do you guys see why war happens now? It's like you guys are not willing to talk about things. You guys just want things to be one way. And I just feel like it's just very stupid, because if there's 10 people in a room and one of, like, there's something terrible happening, if one person doesn't care about the thing happening, does it make more sense for all, like, the 9 other people to try and convince this person to care? Or would it just be better if these 9 people just moved on and took care of their problem, It's almost as if they can't just, like, take care of the problem themselves, It's like, if someone doesn't care, leave them alone, okay? Everyone gets what they deserve in the end. If they don't care, then they don't care. And quite frankly, I feel like that is a reflection of our society and how it has treated them and how it has made them feel. And I feel like there is something bigger that is to be asked and talked about there. That's just my opinion. Of course, if you disagree, I'm willing to have a conversation about it, like, hear you guys out on it. But like, my point is that I just think it's wrong to make people like want, like, to try and force people to care, not because it's acceptable for them to not care, but because like it's futile. Okay, like, I don't know. I was watching this video and stuff like this about Shira, the sprinkle lady, and she was like, I will get Starbucks, like, I'm not concerned about international problems, like, I'm worried about my own life. And it's like, it's true. Like this country, like America, like literally, it I don't know, guys. I feel like, and I don't like when people say like vote, or like when people are like, you need to vote, you know? And it's like, it sounds like a trap to me, or it kind of sounds like, it just sounds like we're mice in a maze, and we think we're going the right way, but the people controlling the maze are kind of like, yes, they're doing what we want them to do. Like, yes, make them think that they have to vote, or that voting's the only way, you know? That's what it gives me. Like, I feel like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like every time like there's like an election or something, like literally all options suck. Like, I hear terrible things about every single one, you know? And it's kind of stupid in my eyes. I just don't like it, because I feel it's like another one of those things where I feel like people force you to play the game when they don't realize that they themselves are a sucker because they are playing the game. Therefore, no matter what outcome they pick, their victory will be sold to them with their like it. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's an illusion. Like, I feel like they set up an election, and we're like, everyone's like, oh, we have to vote, we have to vote, we have to vote. And then like everyone votes, and it's like, say like we do get like a really good president or something. I still feel like the government like won because they got us to play that game, you know, of like voting. It's like, what if no one voted? You know, like what do we do then? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the election depends so much on people to like vote, that what if we all just didn't vote? You know, like what do they even do? You know, like what do they even do about that? And like there's just times where I feel like people could have gotten together as a collective, or people have like, I don't know, you guys. I'm not like a political person by any means. And I feel like the reason I'm not a political person is because I hate how like people constantly say like you have to play the game in order to like win or something. And I'm like, I absolutely will not. You know, I'm sorry, but like I will find my own way, and I will live my life the way I want to, you know? I feel like for how diverse, gigantic this country is, there is absolutely no way that like we can have one person running it that will have all of our best interests in mind. I really do feel like it's up to the people. I really do feel like our system is kind of flawed, and sometimes I think of like, what if we had like an oligarchy instead of like, you know, like a president? I don't know what president's called. Like, isn't it like democracy? But you know, like I almost wonder like what it would be like if we had like an oligarchy, or just like a group of people running the country. You know, because it's like it opens up more space. It opens up more conversation. It opens up more perspectives. And I don't know. Like, I just think that this country is way too big to have one person running it, and it's also way too big for people to be concerned about when like one or two people don't care about a cause. It's like, girl, like there is so many people that do care. Anyways, that's my take on it. I didn't mean to ramble on as much as I did about that, but like it's just something that was frustrating me, because people were like talking about like this sprinkle lady, and they were like, oh, I'm so disappointed in her that she's getting Starbucks and that she's not concerned and stuff like that. And people are like, I'm not even surprised and stuff like that. And it's like, while you guys are dragging this woman, she is collecting like your comments in her like paychecks, okay? Do you not realize that all this controversy, like people, like I hate that. Like when something blows out of proportion, like when something bad happens, like people jump on it. Do you not realize that a hate comment still boosts algorithm, and it still gives attention to the post? Like the algorithm doesn't care. The algorithm doesn't know whether or not your comment is positive or negative. So it's like, not only have you wasted energy, you've paid the person that you don't like or don't support, and all of that energy, support, and like whatnot could have been given to something that you do care about, or something that, and it's like, I feel like people are more concerned about getting people to care than like the actual topic at hand. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember like when the lockdowns first happened and that whole like BLM thing blew up, and like people were like posting like these black screens and stuff like that, and it's like, dude, this is not doing anything, okay? And just because you say these things doesn't mean that you are that, you know? I like to say that not everyone that's pro-Palestine actually is pro-Palestine. You know what I'm saying? It's just so easy to lie about things like that. I don't know. Especially because like we've had celebrities lie to us. My point is that I feel like we've created a whole other realm on the media that like we've just become very out of touch with what's actually going on, you know? And I don't know. Same thing with the Grammys. This is another thing I wanted to rant to you guys about. I think the Grammys are so stupid just because like people think that, or I'm not gonna say what people think because I've literally never watched the Grammys. I haven't watched a single Grammy performance. I haven't watched anything about the Grammys. I think the Grammys are dumb. Because first of all, like it's always a flop. Every single year I hear about what a flop the Grammys were, and it's like, why do you guys still watch if you know it's gonna be a flop? You know what I'm saying? And also like people were like talking about Lana and like Taylor Swift, and they were like, oh my gosh, like Lana deserved more Grammys and stuff like that. And like, yeah, like duh, like Lana did deserve a Grammy or two. There's a lot of times where I feel like some artists deserved a Grammy and they just didn't get one. You know, there's times where I feel like an artist didn't deserve a Grammy and got one. And so like, do Grammys even have any like significance? Are they even really that valuable? You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like people always talk about it that way, but it just because Lana didn't get a Grammy doesn't like, I understand like it's about the recognition and stuff like that, but like once again, like you're just playing into a game, you know, like they're playing into, because they're trying to profit off of you, you know. It's like, who cares if Lana didn't get a Grammy or not? Like she's still an amazing artist, she's still rich, she's still, you know, like proving a point with her art, you know, and whatnot. And it's just, I feel like it's very dumb that people like get so heated about things like that. It's like you've already recognized her by loving her music and basically fulfilling one of her dreams, you know, and like fulfilling, and you know, I'm not gonna speak for Lana because I not know her, but I just I it gives me this impression that people think that just because an artist didn't get a Grammy or something, I don't know. Just because an artist got a Grammy doesn't mean they're a good artist, and just because a like artist didn't get a Grammy doesn't mean that they're like a bad artist. You know, that's just what I think. I do understand like the cultural significance of Grammys in the sense that like it's about like the pop culture and whatnot, and like getting Grammy. Like I'm not saying like obviously it is a big deal, you know, and I would love for more artists to get Grammys and stuff like that. But I just, and also like if I was a judge at the Grammys or something, like I understand because I heard that like one judge heard about Lana's like one of her performances and it was so clown, or like she just like didn't take her seriously after that. If I was a judge, I would really do the same thing because music is only getting bigger and bigger. There are only more artists coming out by the second, you know, especially with like the online and stuff and like that, and like Spotify. It's just so easy to become an artist now, you know, and it's so easy to get your hands on the equipment to actually start singing and to just make music, you know. So because of that, I just feel like there's so many new artists, and it does become more and more difficult every year to pick one, you know, to pick somebody and stuff like that. And I feel like the slightest thing would really make me be like, yeah, no, I can't do them either, you know. Like I just feel like it's really about narrowing it down, not about picking who's like the best, because I feel like there's a lot of artists that are like neck and neck, you know. It's like Ariana Grande and Lana Del Rey, like they are both amazing artists. They're just different like topics, you know, like they are like they have a different sound, like they're just different, you know. And it's like you can't really give one or either. And like I feel like it's like hard to like categorize them too, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like every artist has their own sound, and I feel like they all bounce off of each other, sample each other, and they all have their own way of inspiring and, you know, like conveying themselves to the public. And so I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of Lana, I listened to this one song, a few of her songs yesterday. Paris, Texas, Doing Time, and Fuck It, I Love You. Those are amazing songs. Oh my gosh. I never actually took the time to listen to Norman Rockwell or Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard. I didn't really listen to those because I just felt like I just don't really listen to Lana that much anymore because her music can be very sad, and I have to be careful when I listen to sad music. But I listened to those three songs and they were so good. I highly recommend them, especially Paris, Texas, because it has like a piano sound and it's so cute. Easily one of like, I do understand why people believe that that album should have gotten a Grammy, but it's just like it is what it is. I know Lana deserved more and she deserves more recognition, but at the same time, it's just kind of like I think that the way she sings and the way that like she does things does appeal to like a specific audience, and you can't expect. I don't know, you guys. Like I just feel like Lana was always a very like niche artist in her own way because I love Lana. Like, and that's not what this is, but like if I had to look at the bigger picture, like yes, there are more artists that are more mainstream, more popular, and they appeal to a wider range of people because their music isn't as like emotionally and like saturated with like caricature like Lana's music is. Lana's music is like art. It's like a painting. It's very beautiful, it's very subtle, but it's not like you wouldn't hear Paris, Texas or like Let the Light In playing in Walmart, like I'm sorry, that's just not how it is. You wouldn't hear Doing Time or like any like Summertime Sadness playing in like maybe in the mall you would, but not like in a store. Whereas like Harry Styles and like Taylor Swift, they're more like mainstream pop artists and their music plays everywhere. And for that, I feel like they deserve like recognition. I feel like Lana's recognition is different, like I feel like the fact that she is out here like being famous as is or like, like appealing to such a large group of people, I feel like that in its own is like recognition. And I feel like because Lana is pretty much one of the first, if not the first, to do what she's done, she's paving a path, she's paving a huge path. And I think that with time, we're going to see more artists emerge that, like kind of sample her sound and like bounce off of her and take inspo from her. And like you'll see those artists get recognition because she will have paved the path and made her genre and her like, like sound mainstream. So I just think that people shouldn't get too mad about it because like with time, like all of the work Lana puts into her work and her music and her character and her discography will pay off, you know? It has paid off. Like she's become so popular and so big. I remember when I first started listening to her, it was like freshman year of high school. So this was like 2017. And this is when I first got into like music, and Lana was like my introduction to like exploring my music taste. And it was so good. Like I love her Born to Die album. I think that's like my favorite album from her. But like it's just interesting to see that album versus now, like, and you can see how much she's grown into her sound and what she stands for, and just like is so like beautiful and it's amazing. And I could care less if she gets a Grammy or not because she's doing something that not everyone is doing, or she's doing something that maybe a lot of people would have wanted to do, but she actually went ahead and did it. So it's like I feel like that alone is like beautiful and is worthy of praise. It's like screw the Grammy, quit giving the Grammy so much power. It doesn't matter if she got one or not. Like she is truly like a beautiful artist and she's one of the first to do what she's done. And for that, like we just love her. Sorry, didn't mean to get so passionate about it. I really love artists and I love all of them because they like, even though like they can be annoying and they can like really mess us up, like I understand that they are people too. And unless you're a celebrity, I feel like you don't really know what it's like to be like in that position. And because of that, I just kind of step away. And I just think that there is something bigger to talk about, that whenever celebrities reach a specific amount of success and like financial status, like they become terrible people. And it's like I just feel like it seems like when you like are on top of capitalism or you make that much money, like you probably seek thrills through corrupt ways because money isn't happiness. I don't know, you guys, like it's just like it's gray to me. It's very gray to me. That doesn't mean I support what some celebrities have done. Absolutely not. But you know, like I can understand, like I can see like why. Anyways, guys, another thing I wanted to talk about was Etsy. So what I've been thinking about is like doing a mail out. So I wanted to create a Patreon for a while because but I didn't know what to do on it, you know, and I was like thinking like, oh, like maybe I could do like an extra, you know, like extra readings, and I want to do like full moon and new moon readings, but I also like I don't think I have like enough. Like I want to think through Patreon a little bit more before I set it up. Like I already have it set up, but like before I actually start posting on it and advertising it. But on Etsy, I want to like experiment and do like monthly readings, like sell you like a monthly reading, but like I mail it to you. So like I hand write the reading and you know, like decorate it and stuff, and then I like send it because I feel like there's something about that is very cute to me and very like thoughtful. And I also want to like write people horoscopes. I've thought about it. I thought about it yesterday because the Sprinkle lady, I was watching some of her content and she was like, if you're on Patreon, then you know I'm doing this month's mail out. And I was like, that is such a cute idea. You know, it's like a little subscription that you receive in the mail. And I feel like that's so like that's very like classic, or like that's very classy in my opinion, because I feel like a lot of things now like they do it through email and stuff, but I feel like there's just something about physically receiving it in the mail that's really meaningful and very sweet. And I really want to implement that. I'm probably gonna like open it next week, so if you guys are interested, like do let me know and stuff like that. Like yeah, I'm just really excited because I love the idea of sending things and like going to the post office to send them, especially because I'm about to be a mailman. I feel like it'd be super cute. Um, yeah, I'm excited to implement the idea, and I feel like it's just like it's easier, or I feel like it's cuter. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, I also got a few things. So I bought these two shirts yesterday while I was thrifting. They're super cute. I haven't washed them yet, so I'm gonna be kind of careful. Like, here's the first shirt. It says hangry, like describes what hangry means if you want to read it. It's like backwards, I'll read it. It says hangry, adjective, when you're so hungry that you become angry, frustrated, or both. We all know what that's like. And then the other shirt is like Tom and Jerry. Oh my gosh, when I saw this shirt, I literally was so happy. I was like, this is so cute. Is this not? First of all, I love how like the color scheme is. I feel like it's very like punky, kind of. Like I would probably wear this with like a pair of cargos and then maybe put some like punky jewelry on. Like I probably wear like this, like what I'm wearing right now, and then probably stack something like this. Would this not be so cute with that shirt? You see what I mean? Doesn't it give it like an edgy look? But it's very like, it's cute. It's very like, I've been so drawn towards like the punky, vintagey kind of skater vibe. I just think it's so like adorable. I feel like it's very like, it's very me, you know? Like I feel like it suits me because I'm tall. And then my roommate gifted me a money tree. He like works at like the plant section at Home Depot, and he forgot this plant in his car because he was like delivering them, and he was like, do you want it? It's this money tree. Isn't it so cute? My mom has a money tree, and like there's like all this new growth here, and I'm so excited to grow it. I don't know. I just think I love the shape of it. It's just so charming, you know? I'm really excited to have her here with us. I think, yeah, it's definitely a her. I don't know, I just feel like it gives me her energy, like that bitch energy, you know? But yeah, I feel like I presented a lot of like weird icebreakers in this video. So like, you know, if there's anything that because like sometimes I get like afraid of like expressing my opinion because I don't want to offend people, or I don't want to like, I do understand that like being on here and like being the way that I am, I think that it's unavoidable at times, but I just want you guys to know, like, my intention will never be to intentionally like offend somebody or say something that's rude or something, or say, you know, like I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing But like I just feel like people trying to like force you to learn, or people who are trying to like, I don't know. I'm always learning at my own pace, and I want to see what you guys think. And I just feel like I presented a lot of like interesting opinions in this video. But also, before I show you guys the jewelry, I wanted to talk to you about this guy. Like, okay guys, this, I mentioned it in the first half of the video a little bit, so I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna show you the jewelry and then we'll wrap it up. But this guy, I haven't really talked to him at all because I deleted social media, and that was like the only way I'd contact him because we don't have each other's number. The only way I can contact him now is by like talking to my friend or like asking my friend about him. But like, you know, I feel like I was really like obsessing, and you know, I let it go. But I don't know, guys, I'm kind of feeling, because he's a Virgo rising, so like I feel like Pisces season, like with all that 7th house energy, I'm hoping, I'm praying, like please. And then this Virgo full moon that's coming up this week, I'm really hoping, you guys, because I don't think I'm gonna meet anyone at the post office. I was like, maybe I'll like meet the love of my life working. No girl, no you ain't. Maybe, but you know. I also texted my brother. My brother's the one that got me this shirt. Isn't it super adorable? It's like this Animal Crossing shirt. I've had this shirt for a really long time now, but I'll just leave it like that, whatever. Thumbnail. Anyways. Yeah. I'm like thinking. But yeah, pray for me. I hope that him and I like get married or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Am I? Alright, let me show you the jewelry that I ordered. I ordered 4 pieces because I got paid some nanny money, or I got paid, you know, for babysitting. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna do it. I have pictures of it on my phone. So I ordered this necklace, this like lariat looking one, this one that's like hanging, but I got like a short version. So it's like, it's just like a choker vibe. Super cute. And then I got this other one. I got this one, this pearl choker. And then I got this one, this long one, like this one with the square looking thing. Got a pair of those earrings. And what was the last one that I got? You guys hear that? What is that? And then I got one of these. I got a pair of the blue ones. I'm excited for the blue ones because I'm about to coordinate them with my fit. But anyways, I'm excited. I'm gonna get that jewelry soon. And she also did a promo with these bracelets, so I got all her bracelet. I got some bracelets. I got a matching pair for my friend and I. And yeah. Okay, I think that's all I have for this week. Oh, what a video. I hope you guys are doing really well. Tell me how February is treating you guys. I hope if there was anything that bothered you, or not bothered you, but like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just like, I just like discussing with you guys, you know? Like, I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. I love when you guys comment. Anyways, I'll see you soon. I love you. Happy late Valentine's Day.